Brother, we're live. We're live. And I love the parrot, man. You look like a fucking pirate.
I am a pirate. What do you mean I look like one? You should know this by now, son.
This is true. This is true. This is true, brother. How you been, man?
I've been great, bro. How about yourself?
I've been good, man. I haven't seen you in a while, in a minute.
I know. I every time we're supposed to link, I don't see you where we're supposed to be at.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. Every time I always see pictures of you after the fact.
Yeah.
At the event. But it's like, it's crazy, man, because every time I do see you, it's like, I get so fucking happy. I'm like, Joe, what up? It's like the craziest thing, you know?
Hey, well, at Nocturnal this time, we need to get a picture. We have, every time we miss each other, we got to make sure we meet this time.
Yeah, dude. What do you? I got a question. What are you going to be dressed as for Halloween? I don't know if you can outdo yourself. That last costume was the shit, man.
Which one? The SEAL team?
The priest, dude.
Oh, you didn't see my one from last year. Yeah. Last year I dressed as a SEAL Team 6 scuba diver, and I went to escape, and I had a nitrous tank on my back. Walked right through the front door. They didn't even notice the tank.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was giving everybody balloons and shit during fucking during, I forgot who said, but we killed the tank, the whole Camp OG tank. Camp, we fucking killed the tank off my back.
Oh, that's
yeah, fucking Pasquale saw me and everybody. They were like, "What the fuck? How'd you get that in?" I'm like, "Right through your front door, bro." Just like we did back in the old days.
Yeah, the old days, dude. So.
Yeah.
Like I said, dude, I talked to you. I wanted to get you on the podcast because I think you have a pretty great story from where I first met you. And for the people that don't know, we went to high school together.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, and the first memory I have of you is there was a car everyone talked about that this guy painted. It was, I don't know, the BMW.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, one bad beaner.
What was it? Yes.
Yeah, Carlos's car. Yeah.
So I remember back then, everyone was like, wow, who painted this fucking badass BMW? And then everyone connected your name to it, you know? Or they were like, oh yeah, Joe, and then your bike. You would have that little green motorcycle. Remember those little small ones?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so even that's kind of like my first memory from, you know, as far as when I would see you around school and so forth. But dude, tell us your story, because what do you do today? Because I know most of your life you've been an artist. Would you say that is your, as far as what you do?
I still am an artist. Always have been. Always will be. My last venture was in the marijuana industry. I started a company called Blaze Candy, and I was making extracts and stuff. Before that, I was doing tattoos. I did that for like 15 years. I ran my own shop. And before that, I was customizing Harley Davidson motorcycles. I did that for 20 years.
Yeah.
After doing lowriders, which I was doing when I was in high school with you, I was doing lowrider cars back then. It went from that to custom motorcycles. Did that for a bunch of years until the economy tanked, and YouTube and the internet popped up, and it basically destroyed our industry. You know, everybody thought they were a motorcycle builder after they started watching the videos that were on YouTube. So I had to figure out, well, what am I going to do now? You know, and I went and did tattoos. I did that for a lot of years. I loved all the stuff I did. I'm just not going to do anything that breaks my back anymore. You know, I like the easy stuff now.
Right.
Yeah, you know. So now, right now, I'm starting a new brand. It's a clothing line for fishermen. Okay. And it's called Fresh One. Nice. Fresh One Fishing, and that's basically the call words that we use when we're fishing. When you catch a fish, people usually yell out "Fresh One." You know, Fresh One. You know, nobody's ever made a company off that. I was like, hey, I think I'm gonna have to do that. You know. And so basically, I've been working for the last 6 months on a bunch of designs for my new brand, which I'm going to debut this year at the Fred Hall Show in Long Beach, which is like the biggest fishing show in the world. Yeah. Obviously, you know, I'm a very avid fisherman. I'm very into it. Yeah. That's what I do. When you can't find me, I'm on a boat, you know?
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome, man. It's cool because I just had a conversation with a friend of mine last night, and he was talking about the internet, how the internet currently is really hurting his business. And
Oh man.
he's a graphic designer, and you actually know, I don't know if you know Miguel Jr. He does screen printing for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty close with him, and they're getting hit hard. Their business has just dropped 50%, and he says he's struggling. He's really struggling because of the internet.
Yeah, the internet has changed the game on a lot of things, and you have to be very creative, and also, you have to be innovative and be ahead of everybody if you want to make it these days, because the internet, man, as soon as you have something cool, boom, the internet sees it, and then everybody sees it, and then it gets copied, and then you're not cool anymore, you know? That, and it's really a trip how it worked back in the 90s, mid 90s, when I started building custom Harleys and painting motorcycles. I was basically like a movie star everywhere I went. People would ask me, "Well, what do you do?" And I would show them what I did, and they would be like, "Oh my God, you're awesome!" Yeah. And then after like 2003, 2004, when the internet started coming along, people would ask me what I did for a living, and I would tell them, "Oh yeah, I paint motorcycles," and they would be like, "Oh yeah, I know a guy that does it in his garage," or "Oh yeah, my brother paints bikes, he does it in his garage," And so that's what happened. It ended up making people brave because they had some instruction now, or at least they could mimic what other people were doing very easily, and it took us out, man. Nobody wanted to pay $15,000 for a paint job anymore when they can go buy the materials and watch a YouTube video and do it themselves. And yeah, it wasn't as nice as mine, right, or won trophies like mine, but girls didn't know the difference, and that's all they really cared about anyways, was having a cool bike to get pick up chicks,
Right.
Which was what everybody does, But yeah, it really changed the game on everything, and that's why I've really decided now that I need to make a product and mass produce it and just put it out there for the masses. And I think that's going to be my best bet right now, make something cool and just put it out there for the masses. Because the custom one-off thing, you really, really have to hustle these days to make it in that, in that game. And I don't want to work that hard anymore.
And it seems like a lot of your ventures, and you've had a lot surround art. Because I remember in high school, before you got into painting, you drew a lot. Like you're a great artist. Like where did you learn how to draw? Is that something that just came from within? Is this something that you kind of looked at?
Yeah, it was very natural for me. As a kid, I would always just draw random stuff, or imitate other like cartoon characters and stuff. And it was actually weird to me that other kids couldn't draw, because it was so natural to me. I was like, "What do you mean you don't know how to draw? Doesn't everybody do this?" And when I finally realized that it was a very special talent, it helped me not be a shy kid, because I was a shy kid at first, and my artistic ability made me very popular in school when I was a kid, and it broke the ice. Kids wanted to talk to me because I knew how to draw, and so that helped me out with my gab, and so now I'm also a great salesman and an artist.
Right. Yeah. It started from just being a good artist and for painting cars. And did you get into graffiti art at all during the high school, after high school?
Yeah, I definitely gravitated towards the graffiti. A kid moved into my neighborhood from New York when I was in the 3rd grade, and he basically was like, "Yo, this is what hip hop is. Check this out," and it blew my mind. I was all into heavy metal. I was a heavy metal kid with the big Kiss belt buckle, and this kid moved in from New York, and he's doing these fancy dance moves that were like, whoa, and his name was Adrian. I still remember this kid, and he showed me pictures of graffiti and stuff, and it blew my mind, and I wanted to do that. And we started doing it, and I got out on the streets, and we did graffiti for a bunch of years. And then I met you in high school, and we just started raving.
Yeah.
And the graffiti kept going, and the art was noticed by other people, and it was a trip how I started working on custom cars and all that, and everybody went their own ways, but here we are again.
It's crazy, dude. And it's funny because you and I went to so many legendary events in those days. And I have to touch on this, dude.
Oh, yeah.
We both
oh, here it comes.
share an experience that most people cannot say they shared. And that's we were both in jail together.
Yes. Yes. I was in our bad days when we used to do crazy shit, But yeah, it was a trip getting bailed out of jail from my mom and dad, and then seeing your mom and dad walking in right after mine. I was like, oh damn, I didn't want to even look at them,
So embarrassing, dude.
Super embarrassing. But luckily, we knew we weren't doing anything bad. The cops were really just trying to pin something on us, and that's what ended up happening. That's why I got dismissed in court, And thank God, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy that day because I still remember we were in your mom's station wagon, right?
Yep. The rave wagon.
Yeah, and we were in there. We broke into that warehouse. We were going, and we went into a few. There was one in Pedro, but then the one in Palm Beach was really good. And we were all inside, and we heard that buzzing sound.
Yeah, then we saw the unmarked car go by, and I was they're with his lights off. Yeah. I was like, oh man, here we go.
What's going on? And we heard that buzzing sound getting louder and louder, and then we saw a light. I'm like, holy fuck, the cops. We all
we were the only ones that laid down. Me, you, and Ron laid down, and your other buddy ran, remember? And they kicked his ass.
Yeah. We were like, oh, okay, cops are here, yeah.
Yeah,
that's right, because he ran. I don't know how far he ran, but they got him.
He made it around the corner, and that was it. They got him and beat him up, and they came up sort of roughing us up. Not as bad, though, because we didn't run. We just laid down on the ground. We were like, hey, we're not even doing anything. We're just checking this place out.
Exactly. Yeah. We were all scared out of our minds.
I was more worried about my mom and dad. I didn't really give a shit about the cops. That was not my first run-in with them. I was more worried about my mom and dad, what they were going to do to me,
Yeah, I was worried more about the party. I was like, fuck, dude, our party.
Hey, it still went down, though, remember?
That's what's crazy.
OG Venice ended up hooking it up, remember? Yeah.
Hook it up. I got to give props to Venice because I remember when we were in the holding cell, I think there was a payphone, and we were calling and checking our voicemail. You recall that? We were checking our voicemail, and the voicemail was full. And we're like, oh, shit. So, but we all got bailed out, and then we reached out to Venice, and we actually did the party the very next day, and it was fucking off the chain.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
It was.
Yeah, we had R.A.W. spinning there.
Yeah.
OG Oscar the Grouch.
Yep.
Oh, remember that dude, Eric?
Yeah. Eric from Newport Beach.
Yes, Eric.
Eric, yeah.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah, that was awesome.
That was crazy.
Good time. That's when you used to kill it. I don't know why you stopped.
Yeah, dude.
You were the man. Yeah, you were the man.
Yeah, dude. I stopped DJ, man. I should have kept going, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be like as famous as your brother right now.
Yeah.
Or more. Your brother, I can't believe how famous your brother got. What the hell?
Exactly, dude.
I was out of the game for a long time, then I just happened to see him, and everybody was like, oh, Oscar the Grouch, Oscar the Grouch. I was like, what? That's the little homie. What the hell? Now he's the big homie.
Dude, I went to Respect, was it last week? And Raul was playing, and then a few people came up to Raul, oh, R.A.W. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, I still trip out of it. I'm like, dude, we're out of high school.
I went to elementary school with him. I saw him get his first set of turntables. It was a trip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I went with him to Dolores. He was like 1 grade ahead of me, and I remember that shit. Yeah, when he started DJing, it was like the 5th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all went to the same high school, which is wild.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. So, what was the name of the event that we did? Groovier. That's what it was.
Yep, that was a good one.
And you did the flyer. Didn't you do the flyer?
Yeah, it was the Goodyear blimp, remember?
Yeah.
The logo changed around.
You know what's hilarious? Because you're the one that designed or came up with the idea, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is that today we could still do like a little party or anything called Groovier, and I think it'd be somewhat successful because it's such a great name.
Oh yeah, it was timeless. That name right there could have went big. We should have stuck with it and kept going.
Exactly.
Yep.
Dude, so that's fucking dope. So you got into so that was the event. So you got into graffiti, got into painting cars, you got into
Tattoos.
you got into that. How was you were doing Blaze Candy for a while. For like for how long?
Well, I did the tattoo thing for about 10 years.
Yeah.
And same thing with that. You know, the internet really killed it. We had a nice, big, giant shop in Fullerton, and people didn't give a shit. You know, they stopped coming in. They would basically go on Instagram and find the artists that they wanted to get tattooed by, and they would just go straight to them. There was no more people walking around going to tattoo shops, checking it out to see if they like the environment or if they like the artwork. They just were just straight Instagram, you know. So I was paying a bunch of rent and all that, and I decided to close my shop, and I ran a private studio for a few years, and after that, I just saw that the marijuana scene was really blowing up in California, and I dove into that, and we did really well. While it was still underground, you know. Once we were forced to go legal with it, it got infiltrated by people with a lot of money, and unless you had the big money to play, you know, you're not going to be in there, you know. And that's why I decided to cut out early and start another venture, because I got over just how it got overcrowded also with crap, you know, like anything does that gets popular. There was very little quality, mostly quantity, and I just didn't want to be in an industry where that's what was going on, you know. Yeah. And I'm not an office guy, you know me. I'm an artist. I'd rather not get into that part of it. So yeah, I decided to do a clothing brand in the industry, which is my big hobby, which is fishing. Yeah. You know, I want to get paid to go fishing.
Right.
And that's what I'm gonna do. You know, I'm gonna start this company, and it's gonna pay me to go fishing. I'm gonna use my to get in that industry and start meeting people and go on some free fishing trips, man. You know, that's my game plan. Yeah. And if I can make some millions of dollars on it, if this company does good and I make a lot of money, then I could buy me a badass boat, you know, and I can go travel the world. And that's my game plan. I want to be a pirate. a real pirate, you know?
A traveling pirate. I love it.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, I need to have. I can't call myself a real pirate if I don't have a boat. And I sold my last boat, so I'm working really hard to get me a new badass fishing boat that will make it to, you know, down south. I want to head down and go see what's going on down there. And I have a feeling that this new brand is going to be very lucrative. I started another brand about 15 years ago. It was called 187 Fish.
I remember.
And we put that out, and the world wasn't ready for it. Yeah. It was too hardcore. The old people didn't like it. Yeah. They weren't used to, you know, all the lingo and you know what the kids are into, you know. But now with the internet and social media, they're ready. You know, like you got all these old white people using like, you know, street terminology now, you know, and it's like a regular thing now. It's not scary to them anymore. So I'm gonna start this new brand, and it's gonna be very edgy, like my old brand was, but you know, we're still gonna make it appealing to everybody. That's why I didn't stick with the same name and didn't just run the 187 Fish name. I wanted to start with something brand new, fresh, that's appealing to everyone. I want kids to be able to wear it and their moms not go, oh, you know, 187, what is that? You know,
what does that mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Even though we know it's nothing, it's total dumb, just trying to be funny, you know. And the kids got it. You know, the kids were all about it. You know, I sold a ton of that stuff, but their parents didn't like them wearing it. You know, and yeah. So, you know, I'm starting this new brand now. and we'll see where it goes, man. Hopefully, the next interview that you do with me will be on my new yacht.
I love it. Dude, let me ask you, dude, what the fuck motivates you? Because this is what I've seen from the beginning. You had your own business in high school painting cars. Then you went to, different other businesses. It seems like you have a business, something changes in the industry where it makes it a little different, and then you adapt, and then you change, and you're looking to see what's changing in the market. And you're like, oh, let me get into this, because you're almost seeing what's going to happen before it happens, and you're actually getting in the forefront of it, and you're able to adapt. But it seems like every single area you get into revolves around art. So what motivates you to or how are you able to adapt like that?
Well, when you're an artist and you try to make money off of your art, you definitely have to try to figure out what the next cool thing is going to be, and get in there before it's that next cool thing. And what motivates me is that I don't want to work for anybody. I want to be able to do whatever the hell I want to fucking do. Yeah. And when I wake up in the morning, I don't answer phone calls from anybody. I don't listen. Nobody's calling me, ragging on me. I wake up, feed my little animals, and have a goddamn good day. And that's what motivates me. That if I don't hustle and figure out what that next cool thing is, I'm gonna have to go to work for somebody to pay the bills. Yeah. And I don't want to do that. I've always worked for myself. I've had a couple jobs here and there, and I loved my jobs also, when I did have them. But I don't want to answer anybody, I like being a free artist and doing whatever I want. And if I want to take off tomorrow and go traveling, I don't have to worry about it. I just go do it, Yeah. And that's my big motivation, is that I know that nobody's going to do it for me. And I know that I do have skills. So, use them shits to make shit happen, Yeah. Don't sit around being lazy, because then nothing's going to happen. And as of art, what motivates me artistically, whatever I've been into around that time, luckily I don't really let my feelings or my mood affect my art. My art always has had a certain look, and it just that shit just drips out of me, man. So I don't have to motivate myself too much to be an artist. It's to do the actual work is what I have to motivate myself to do. But yeah, man, that's pretty much how I keep it moving. And
who inspires you? Is there other artists that inspire you?
Oh man, there's so many. I mean, like back in the day when I was first, learning, I guess the guys that I would say, like Boris Vallejo, Frank Frazetta, Mr. Cartoon. There's so many new dudes now that are out there too that are killing it. That are just ridiculous, and guys that I grew up with, that are just amazing, the graffiti is nowadays doesn't even look like graffiti now. It looks like it's printed by a computer. These guys are killing it so hard, which that's another thing I'm about to get back into. I'm getting back into my graffiti game. I'm not going to be doing illegals, but I definitely feel like I should be painting some big ass walls again. That's been a minute for me, and I got some stuff I want to put out there. So yeah. You'll see some spray can shit from Joe Custom real soon.
Yes.
Back in. Well, dude, back in the game, baby.
The next question I want to ask is, as an artist, you have so many people out there that are artists, that want to be an artist, that are even really, really talented as artists. But you have the best of both worlds, meaning that you're an amazing fucking artist, but you also have something that a lot of other artists don't have. And that's the hustle. You actually get out there. You actually sell yourself. Like how?
Oh yeah. You have to.
I'm so good at that, because when I think back high school, even after high school, you always had the gift of the gab. And what really throws me off is that earlier you said that you were a shy kid, and with art, drawing really helped you come out of your shell.
Yeah.
Hey, when I look at you, you're like a hustler. You try to get out there. What is it that helped you become a person to get after?
You know, just like I said earlier, well, the kids that wanted to talk to me because I could draw really good, so that made me be not shy. And once I got older and started to make money from my art, I realized that nobody's gonna push me as hard as I could push me. There's gonna be people that will try to make money off of you, that will push you out there because they're gonna make money off of you. Right. But if you get out there and don't be a dick about it. You got to be definitely humble and modest, and just put your artwork out there for people, for them to see. And if you know you're good, you don't have to tell people you are. Your work will just speak for it. That's one thing I've never ever was a bragger. Every time I did anything, yeah, I zipped around on my motorcycle, let them see my shit, or just put it out there. But I never ever was like, yo, I'm the best, or nobody could. I just did my art, man, and just put it out there, and I knew it was good. I knew it was good just by people's reactions. So that was enough for me to motivate me to get out there and not be scared to show people my art and to tell them, hey, look at me,
Yeah. Dude, that's dope, dude.
Yeah. And I think other artists definitely, I see a lot of guys that are really good, but they're super shy. Excuse me. Hold on. They're super shy about it. And people don't get to see their art, and it sucks, Yeah. They need to get out there and just be like, yo, check me out. Boom, And, but your work has to be good. If you suck, don't do that.
Don't do that. That's fucking hilarious, dude. Dude, I was gonna ask you, have you used now social media to really help you, I guess, propel your artwork out there, or because it's crazy because social media is a good thing and a bad thing, because in your previous businesses it didn't help, but today with your new venture,
I'll be real honest with you. I was always anti the technology. I hated it. Like I was always like hand drawn artwork.
Right.
I used to hate it that there was so many people doing everything digitally and then tracing over it and acting like they did that shit freehand. Which all my artwork was always freehand. Yep. And it took me a long time to realize that I was being stupid. I should have just used that technology that was available to me and up my game, produce work faster, digitize a lot of your work and get it out there so other people could put your work out, And I was always anti that because that's what was hurting my business was the new internet and all that. So I was always like, screw that. I'm going to stay loyal to the old school ways.
Right.
Now I realize that, you got to use that or you're not going to do anything, Yeah. So I definitely try to stay up on my Instagram and Facebook and all that. Lately, like the last year, I really took a vacation from everything and just kind of was trying to ponder and figure out what I was going to do next. So I kind of took a break from Instagram and Facebook. I would go on there, but if you look at my stuff, I have very little pictures last year because I was still trying to figure out what I was going to do now. Now that I got my new venture going, I'm excited to put out a whole new, face for everybody to see.
That's dope.
I'm ready. Yeah, I've been working very hard on a bunch of new designs, and I'm ready to put them out there and put out all my energy to the new company. So you definitely will see the new Instagram.
It's going to be you're going to start with making shirts, and
I'm going to start it's going to be, yeah, we're going to be making, apparel, backpacks, and we want to definitely get into making other stuff. I'm thinking knives. We're going to make some nice like fillet knives. Nice. Yeah, other stuff that could be used for fishing,
Yeah.
And maybe expand it even into like a hunting too,
Right.
I like to hunt too.
Dude, that's dope, dude. I mean, I love the knife, dude, because it's a huge industry. Just fishing.
It's a huge industry, man. It's giant, and like I said, the last brand that I did, did really well, really fast, and the world wasn't ready for it, man. You know, the kids loved it, but they weren't ready for it. Hopefully, this new one, we can kill it.
Nice, dude. But what kind of advice can you give people out there that are struggling artists, but they're fucking amazing artists that are?
Don't be a little bitch.
Huh?
My advice is don't be a little bitch. Yeah, handle your shit, be real about it, and get out there, man. You know. Yeah. And by what I mean by don't be a little bitch is don't be true to yourself, man. Don't fucking lie to yourself, and don't be scared to put your work in front of people for people to see.
Nice, dude.
Get it out there, you know, and don't be lazy. Don't be lazy, and don't be biting. Don't be biting. Yeah.
Don't be biting.
Don't be biting. You know, like be original. Yeah, it's always okay to, you know, look at other stuff and get influence from it, and you know, give it your own style, but you know, don't bite. You know, keep it OG.
Keep it OG, man. Dude, what do you think attributes to your success in all the businesses that you found success in? What is it that attributed to your success?
Energy. I put that right energy into it, you know, and just the quality, man. You know,
yeah.
The quality speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You don't have to brag about it. It will brag for you.
Yeah.
If your work is tight,
it'll show.
Do good, yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
Keep it tight.
Keep it tight, dude.
Yes, sir.
Awesome, dude. So, do you have a website yet? Where can people find you online if they want to check out your business?
I don't have anything up yet. I'm all working on everything right now. I have to have the whole image complete before I put it out. I don't want to just have like a page for people to go look at. But
what's the name of it again?
You can follow me on Instagram.
Cool.
Joe Custom Kills, KILLS, and you can see anything new that I got coming up. I'll be posting it on there for people to know to go look at it. You know.
Awesome, brother. Well, dude, I want to end this show with, dude, you know, thank you for being on the show, dude. I love your fucking hard work ethic, dude. It's like ever since I've known you, you've always have hustled. You've always have pushed the envelope, and you've always tried to manage. It's to succeed in every business. You've had tons of businesses like I have. You know, some you fail at, some you're really good at, and they're very, very successful. But one thing
for sure.
One thing that you have that I am inspired by is that you manage to adjust with the technology, with the times, and you don't let anything stop you. And you keep adjusting and you adapt, which is something that a lot of people, even myself, have a challenge doing sometimes. You know, and
you have to
do that fucking really well, dude. And
thank you.
Impressive, brother. Impressive, brother.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah, dude. So, but thank you for being on the show, dude. I'm going to see you soon.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, dude. And I love the parrot, dude, on your shoulder, dude. It was awesome, dude.
Thank you. She started biting my ear. I had to go put her back in the cage. She's like, what are you doing here? You know, she wants food. Me too, though. I'm hungry, too. All right, my brother. Thank you so much for having me.
Dude, and we got to get that picture soon, dude. In 2 weeks, dude.
Yeah, man. It's 2 weeks already?
3, yeah. I think it's 2 weeks already, yeah, dude. So.
I got to get my shit together.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Much love.
Much love, dude. Respect, baby. Yeah, respect.